In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're live with Channel 19 News.
Hello everyone, today on the Blu-Ray Report we're going to be talking about Lifeforce, 1985. That's right, folks.
What is Lifeforce?
Okay, so let me start this whole thing by telling you why I even have this movie. Alright, I was watching on Netflix, which if you watch my Netflix news report, you'll see, I was watching Electric Boogaloo, the Canon Films documentary that was recently added, and it is fantastic. More about that in its own episode. But one thing that I noticed within that documentary, they kept showing these clips from this movie called Lifeforce, and I was like, it had the craziest puppets I've ever seen. I was like, how do I not know what this movie is? Like, how have I never heard of this movie or seen any of these things? Because, like, these images were, like, insane. So I immediately had to go on Amazon and get the Blu-ray of it because I had to check it out and see what it was. I have watched it.
What? Just tell me about Lifeforce. You still haven't told me what this is. What is Lifeforce?
Fuck. Well, see, I'm trying not to tell you what Lifeforce is because it's like I don't even know what the fuck this movie is, and I've watched it like 2 or 3 times now. Okay, this movie. Let me give you the.
Is it good or bad?
It's terrible. Lifeforce is terrible. I've never seen a movie like this. Okay, the effects are awesome. There is amazing puppetry going on in this movie. Like these puppets are really weird looking and like super goofy, and I totally love it. But it's just like. You have these space vampires that are like naked people that were found in a spaceship behind Halley's Comet. And then these people bring them back in the spaceship, and then that spaceship gets blown up or something. So then another spaceship comes and they take the bodies down to Earth. Then before the autopsy, the naked chick wakes up and then she drains the life force of this guy. And then he turns into this little desiccated puppet and he's like, wah! And then that guy later on, like 2 hours later, when someone's gonna do an autopsy on that little corpse, he pops up alive and then he like takes the life force of the other guy and then blah, turns into a regular person again. But then if he doesn't continue to do that every like 2 hours or every hour or something like that, he explodes. There's a whole sequence of like these weird puppets exploding, like it's super nuts, like I don't even know what's going on. Then one of the astronauts survived from the original fucking deal, comes back down to Earth, and he's got a psychic link with the chick, so she's trying to find him. They track her down to some mental institution. Patrick Stewart's there for no reason. What are you doing here, Patrick Stewart? Patrick Stewart there. It turns out the girl is inside of him, and so they do this really weird thing, and they get him to come out, and then this is my favorite scene in the whole film. Fuck! This scene is so good. Okay, so Patrick Stewart's like they keep like injecting him with some sort of like truth serum or something, I don't know, and he's like all passed out and fucked up, and then like all of a sudden all this blood starts like flying out of his face, and then all this blood starts flying out of somebody else's face, and then it turns into the alien chick. She turns into like a blood creature and then explodes, and it's like, what is going on in this fucking movie? And there's like these 2 other naked guys. I don't even know what happens with them. Like this movie, man. Okay, this is what this movie is for, okay? It's not for watching, because like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a little bit stoned when I was watching it and I kept falling asleep, but like, I've tried to watch it sober since, and like, I still can't get through that shit. I tried to get through 2 of the fucking Tobe Hooper director commentary. I tried to get through the fucking Nick Maley special effects makeup guy commentary. Even those were fucking boring, okay? Alright, so this movie is directed by Tobe Hooper, and you may have heard of Tobe Hooper from directing Poltergeist. He also did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, all those sorts of things. And doing my research on this movie, I found out some pretty good, interesting gossip. One thing was Tobe Hooper came on to direct Poltergeist for Steven Spielberg, because Steven Spielberg was like contractually obligated to direct E.T. and he couldn't direct Poltergeist at the same time, so he came on as executive producer and hired Tobe Hooper. But then, like 2 days before the movie came out, like Spielberg has this whole deal where he essentially says he directed the movie and Tobe Hooper just kind of sat there and agreed with them, which started this whole controversy. It really damaged Tobe Hooper's rising star because everybody loved Poltergeist, like it was really great, but because Spielberg said that he didn't really direct the movie, that, you know, nobody really wanted him to direct anything necessarily. So Tobe ended up taking a 3-picture deal with Canon Films. Now Canon Films is known for kind of making bad movies and they're willing to take chances, like they need people with names, you know, like they'll take whoever. So he made Invaders from Mars. He made Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which is a delight if you have never seen it. It is an amazing midnight movie. It's really weird. It's not necessarily scary. It's more of a really bizarro dark comedy. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, okay? I think Matthew McConaughey's in it. Or is that the third one? I can't remember. But anyways.
Hey, where you are? Why don't they say grab her? Take it easy, mate. She's not on the right mind. Control. Control. Get her!
So I did watch an interview with Matilda May on here. That was really interesting. She was fun to hear about being a naked young girl who was kind of taken advantage of in this production, but she had a good fucking attitude about it. So yeah, Lifeforce. It's the movie to put on at a party when you want to put on music in the background and you just want people to go, what the fuck is on the screen? Lifeforce. This is the one. It's your next party background movie. That's it for the Blu-Ray Report. Public service announcement, the Comic Book Girl named Teen Weird Ass 2016 calendar is now available on sale for $20.16 on comicbookgirl19.com. Same as last year, it's a 12 by 12 calendar. Inside this year, it starts in February and ends in January of next year, so we know it's late, whatever. And yeah, you can get it if you're international or if you're domestic, doesn't matter. Super awesome. If you got one last year, there's only limited availability this year, so you better get one now while it's hot.
Completely wall mountable.